folks. Welcome to TravyJsSpace here on YouTube. And welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk, where we just talk. Gobble, 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 gobble. No games, no distractions, no problemo. It's just you and I. And a brief little discussion about who knows. Well, you will know in a minute, actually. For this episode, I kind of wanted to discuss something that it's something that I've actually been yearning to talk about for a little while now, but I've just never kind of given it the time of day, I guess. Not just like here on Let's Talk or in my notes, but just in my mind and stuff, my consciousness. Kind of put it on the back burner since there's been so much to do here at TravyJsSpace and just one emergency after another. It's like, there's really no time to get anything done. And of course, my sticky notes over here, my projects, they all still pretty much basically look the same if you look in previous episodes of Let's Talk. Or even Let's Plays as well. So yeah, I kind of threw it on the back burner, and but I kind of want to get into it today. I want to discuss it. So today's topic is the one and only, the incomparable, the incredible, the talented, multi-talented, beautiful, adorable, kind, loving-hearted woman known as Britney Jean Spears. My favorite. And I think these days, I love and appreciate her more just as a person rather than as the musician, artist. I mean, I love her music, absolutely, and I think she's iconic when it comes to anything that she does. Dancing, choreography, music, singing, you know, like she kills it every time, no matter what she does. But I find a lot in recent years, I found myself kind of gravitating more towards Britney Spears, the person. You know, her personality, her kind of beliefs, her morals, just kind of like where her heart is. I mean, she wears her heart on her sleeve, and it's incredible to think that after everything that's happened to her, that she hasn't let that kind of destroy that part of her. She hasn't gone hard or tuned out and cut herself out of the world, the public world anyways, and sharing her story and stuff. She's just carried on, you know. She's really kind of picked herself up and moved forward. And you know, I think it's really inspirational. Her story is incredible. I mean, we really don't know her full story. We don't know the full truth. She gives us little truths in her captions on Instagram, you know, here and there, and sometimes decides to, you know, let out a certain story on her Twitter or on her Instagram, some form of social media. But I think once we read her book, we'll really know her truth from her mouth, you know, and that's it. No more discussion, no more, I don't know, I don't think that's her, stuff like that. And that's actually one of the reasons why I wanted to get into talking Britney Spears, was because of all these like conspiracy theories going around and just kind of the narrative around her right now. I just find it really like disturbing and just kind of like, I don't know, I just find it to be very disturbing and saddening and just really disappointing, I guess. Discouraging for society, or kind of the people that live their lives online and have nothing better to do than to scroll and comment and get emotionally attached to things and really go at it and spend all their time and energy, you know, going through these posts and commenting certain things. And it's just like, I don't know, it blows my mind. It really throws me for a loop. But recently, there's been a lot of people, you know, just getting down to the nitty gritty and saying things like, you know, hashtag free Britney again, or, you know, hashtag, there was another one that I saw, basically alluding to the idea that she's still not free, and that, you know, Sam's her new conservator and he's the one in charge of her posts, or this a girl named Casey something, and that there's like a social media organizer that's still posting on her behalf, and people saying, you know, oh, this photo's old. This is old. Yep, it must not be Britney. This isn't Britney. It's an old photo. Britney, why are you in your old house still? Britney, why do you look disheveled? Britney, why are you wearing a cheap nightgown when you can afford more? And just like the most outrageous comments that can be really cruel. And like, I feel like these people are not thinking about Britney Spears, the person, like I was saying I wanted to get into. They're not thinking of her as the person. They're still thinking of her as the object, as the musician, as the used, Britney the used. And they're still using and abusing. You know, it's like, girl, wash your face, or, you know, what have you done to your hair and stuff like this, and go to a professional hairstylist. Like, why? And first of all, why do you have to say that? But second of all, why does she have to do that? You know, like, just because she's a celebrity, she should be in tip-top, you know, shape and looking perfect all the time, and using Facetune professionally in each photo, not even looking like a real human being. I mean, it's refreshing to see a huge celebrity not doing all that stuff, you know? And it just, to me, when I see these comments, it's like it really shows me how toxic, I guess, and just kind of unpredictable and ruthless society has become. Like, way too attached to their phones, way too attached to the idea of like idolism, and, you know, treating these people like the expectations are completely ridiculous and just radical, like unhuman, you know, like all these other celebrities. You go to their Instagrams, and again, it's just total like makeup all over, from like chin to forehead, every photo, and then there's Facetune all on top of that, and all this work done to the photo, the lighting, everything has to be set up and perfect, and there's no candid selfies anymore. There's no more lines or pores or wrinkles in your face. I mean, it's actually really sad. So for me, I guess just as a Britney fan and seeing her post, for me, it was really refreshing to just see, like, you know, very slight touch-ups in her face and different, but it's just her. You can see the eyeshadow on her eyes. You can see her freckles. You can see her pores. And yes, you can see, like, yeah, she looks like she slept in. She's got puffy eyes, or her hair is like, you know, she just woke up. Who cares? She looks great. She's beautiful. It's real. It's natural. And unfortunately, it just seems like the greater part of society that is so obsessed with being on their, like, cannot stop scrolling. Those people have become so unhealthily and toxically obsessed with, you know, the fact that Britney's not following the herd. She's not doing what everyone else is doing on social media. You know, she's not taking the hint or whatever. And good for her, though. I think she should keep doing posting how she posts. I mean, some of them are really entertaining. Some of them are, you know, when combined with the caption, just make me giggle and smile and make me think, oh, it's nice. She's still this natural, innocent, loving girl inside. She hasn't let that die or let that become, you know, tarnished by what's happened to her. But then there's people that just don't even see any of that, claim to be, you know, these big diehard loving fans, and they're here saying, like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with her? What's going on? Hashtag unfree Britney. Like, what? It blows my mind. I mean, I get being concerned for someone you love, but taking it to such extents where you're creating this whole new narrative of just rumors and speculation and controversy and conspiracy, it's like you are doing what the paparazzi and the bigwigs did to Britney in the days of, where she was on every cover of every magazine and you know, on every tabloid, on every topic, on every talk show, you know what I mean? And she went through it, she roughed through it, but she never said she enjoyed it. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's many times in paparazzi snaps where they're following her car where she said, you know, enough's enough, I don't like this, stop, leave me alone. And of course, Chris Crocker with his Leave Britney Alone iconic video. And here we are going right back to that. We're just reverting back to, we're no better. I mean, I can't say me. I've never been one of those commenters ever. But they're no better than that time period and those people involved. They're no better than the people that were judging and labeling Britney for every little thing, criticizing every single little thing she did and does do. You know, especially like with her babies and this and that, and the way she was criticized then. It's so similar and familiarly fragrant from that time today. I mean, it's just like, you guys really need to think about what you're saying and give your head a shake. I mean, it's more than just Britney Spears. You got to back up, get off your phone, you know, focus on you. Look in the mirror and focus on you. Do you like you? Do you love you? Can you be as happy and free-spirited as someone like Britney Spears after, you know, all of that turmoil and abuse and isolation and everything else? You know, look at yourself first and then stop judging others. It's almost as if these people as well, they get a kick out of getting likes too. Like all of these negative and discouraging comments towards her are getting thousands of likes, and I'm thinking, who are these people? Is this the majority now? Like it makes me not even want to be on social media at all. I mean, I got Twitter for TravyJsSpace, side note, but I stopped using it because it's even worse than Instagram. So I mean, don't expect me to respond to you there or see any new posts. That was experimental and I'm not going back. Instagram, I'm kind of forced to be there, a presence there, because of TravyJsSpace. That's pretty much the only place I can post, you know, updates for new episodes, previews and whatnot, new projects, personal updates and stuff like that. And then I've got my private Instagram as well, just to keep up with close friends and stuff. And to update them with what's going on with my work, which is basically all I do these days. But if I didn't have that, if I didn't have these things, I don't think I would ever be on social media again after all of that, you know? It sucks. Like, it's so hard to watch and to read. Like, I can't even click Britney's comments anymore or read what's in the comments because it's so upsetting. It really, really hurts to read that and to see those comments. You know, she really doesn't deserve that. And I understand there's people that are worried, but they take an inch and go a mile, you know, like the moment Britney says, you know, Project Yellow or Project Rose again, you know, after all these months since being free, people all of a sudden jump to and they're like, oh, I knew it, she's still not free. Oh, we got to do this. We got to do post this, Britney, if you're not okay and stuff like that. And I feel like she's just sitting there on her phone going, what am I gonna say today? Ooh, what's gonna freak them all out? Oh, this will get them talking. You know what I mean? I feel like she's just having a ball with it and just reading the comments and laughing and going, you guys are ridiculous. You know? And these people think, you know, she won't see my comments, so I'll just say what I'm gonna say and what, feel good about it, I guess? I don't know. These people must get something out of saying something that atrocious about someone else. But they just think, oh, they're not going to see it, they're not going to see it. But I've even seen Britney post and in the captions say, you know, like, I see the comments and, you know, you guys there's so much hate, there's so much disgusting things said about me, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, even after reading that, people still are going after her. It's ridiculous. Meanwhile, you've got celebrities like the Kardashians, you know, that probably have a whole team for social media that take care of the editing, the lighting, the posing, the this, the that, the shade of the lamp or whatever, making this like fine-tuned model shoot, photo shoot, just for one simple little selfie or group of selfies for a social media page. I mean, it's just ridiculous. That gets praise. That gets praised to the high divines, like, girl, you look great, yes, queen, or whatever the hell. Everyone's yes queening the Kardashians' Instagram posts, but then yet Britney's getting shat on for being natural and not using filters, or if she is using filters, saying she's using filters. First slide's the original, the next three after are all edited. How honest is that? How natural and beautiful is that? We don't see that anymore with celebrities. You know, there are some celebrities that just post the selfie as is, candid, as we called it back in the day, when you pulled out your Polaroid and just, or your film camera at parties and just went click, you know, click, click. And if you posed, you posed. If you made a face, you made a face. You had to wait till it was all developed, and then, but you still hung them up, you know, like, I guess this modern transitional period right now with this new generation of like modern, like these metaverse kind of people that just live online and devote all of their time and energy into having an opinion or making themselves look plastic just to post one photo, going through like 58 photos on their camera or their phone just to pick a one to go and edit on Facetune even further to not look like themselves, to then post. I mean, it's just the time, the dedication, all of it is so toxic. This is just my opinion, you know, it's something I've always believed, but it has been recaptured my attention because of this whole Britney Spears thing. Like, Britney is like refusing to advance and to like go along with like hiring a social media manager and then someone to take the photos and someone to Facetune her professionally and someone to, good for her, good job, Brit, proud of you. Exactly. And I think all celebrities should be taking note of that and start realizing that they are influencing so many thousands of people to be just the same and not show their true selves, not accept who they are for what they are, for who they are, for what they look like, etc. And realize that they're creating a generation that's like hiding behind filters, behind lighting, behind all this other crap. You know, my teeth, and they're looking white today, but there's some days, yeah, they look kind of yellow on the camera. And my tongue doesn't look the reddest or the pinkest, you know, or my lips not the shiniest. So what? And I may have a pimple here or there, like, who cares? That's me. That's natural. That's life. That's how humans do. This is how we do. You can't forget that. You can't just, like, I'll still go in front of the camera. I don't give a damn. I'm not going to take a day off because I got a pimple or my tooth looks yellow. Like, this is so superficial and just so highly egotistical. Like, it's so toxic. And this is the kind of rhetoric and narrative that is just blossoming and thriving in this day and age. And it shows when people go to people like Britney Spears' Instagram, go out of their way to post and comment something like, ew, what the hell's wrong with your hair? Or when are you ever going to wash your face? You know, and then the thousands of people that like that comment, those are those people. That's those people. The reasons why I don't want to be on social media, I don't want to be a part of that world. But, you know, it's like these naturalists, the people that aren't using filters or doing this or doing that or touching things up, they're now the minority. We are now the ones that are the little people, you know, and it's like, what the hell happened? What is going on? So, I mean, this whole video really it's about Britney Spears, but it's also about this generational transition, you know, and this what's becoming accepted and what's kind of subliminally phasing in and kind of just slowly destroying humanity and the way that, you know, people interact and how people talk to one another and communicate, but then also how people see themselves and them versus them, you know, when everything's shut off and they go to bed at night or have to look in a mirror, you know, that communication and that relationship, how that's being disintegrated by this kind of technology and this whole idea of influencing and just yearning to want to be someone else who doesn't even look like that to begin with, you know what I mean? At least in the 2000s, when there was editing done for photo shoots and stuff like that, it was somewhat realistic. They weren't covering faces, they weren't getting rid of certain things. I mean, it still looked plausible. You know, if Hilary Duff was touched up here and there for the cover of Teen Vogue, and you saw her on the red carpet the next week for the Nickelodeon Awards, she looked the same. You could still recognize her and go, oh yeah, look at her. And she's not even wearing much makeup either, you know? Some eyeshadow, lip gloss, and maybe some powder. But then you look at it today and it's so extreme. It is so extreme. It's just too much. It's way too much. Everyone's trying way too hard. And for what? There's no goal. There's no tangible accomplishment there, you know? I mean, Britney Spears, look at everything she has done in her life and accomplished, and even the potentials. Like, she could have been in 2003 or 4, she was going to be a Bond girl for the next James Bond movie. She was offered an audition as the lead girl in Notebook before Rachel McAdams and almost got it. I mean, the potential of this woman's talents, and then to be told, you know, go wash your hair, your face is gross, why don't you wash it? Or, so you're still sick, what is wrong with her, what's she doing, I don't understand her caption, she doesn't make any sense, still crazy, you know, all the comments. It's like, think about it, really think about it, you know. First of all, is it worth it? Second of all, focus back on you. What's in you going on that makes you think that's okay to say? Not just to Britney Spears, to anybody. Because if you're going to say it to Britney Spears and have your guts behind your keyboard, who else are you going to say that to? And you're probably going to say, oh, I would never say that to anyone else I knew. Of course, because you're probably fake. You're probably two-faced. You'll go comment anything to some celebrity or, you know, someone out there who's got thousands of comments and probably won't see it anyways. But yet you wouldn't say that to someone you knew or someone you did once know or that were in your circle. Hypocrites. I mean, we're like the mom figures and the dad figures, like this whole and that same whole generation was trying so hard in the past few years to like demolish the patriarchy, the matriarchy, but y'all kind of need it. Y'all need some of that older, experienced, wise, seasoned sage guidance. We need our elders. We really need that guidance. We need to learn from them. They've been through so much that we haven't. You know, that's why people, when I was growing up anyways, I was always taught respect your elders, always. And that meant stay quiet and listen and ask questions and learn from them. Have that opportunity to ask questions, to learn, and to spend time with them, make memories, you know? And where is all that gone? Where has any morals gone, to be honest? I don't know. It's very sad, you know? And Britney Spears, I guess, for me, has become this pillar of it all. You know, she's really exposing, by just being herself and being without filters and having fun in her foyer, spinning around and dancing, having a good old time. She's like subconsciously, without meaning to, pulling out these people and exposing them. And it's so disgusting to see. It is absolutely putrid. Like, why? You know, it blows my mind. And then there's the people that comment, that used to be me, commenting saying, you know, why all the hate in the comment section? I can't even read this. Don't even bother. Just comment love. Comment with love. Britney, you look great today. Britney, your dancing is incredible and we love you. Oh, I love seeing your posts every day. You know what I mean? You just gotta try your hardest to do what you can to put out the good vibes and the good energy and to raise the vibration, you know, get a wavelength going. We haven't had that for years because of, I don't know, probably because of COVID, because everyone was inside and then everyone became obsessed with their phones and forgot about reality and humanity and real life and kindness and morals and, you know, faith, all of it, anything that has anything to do with reality. So, I mean, getting back to reality, that could be a very far-fetched mission for society, but I just know I'm good. And I've kept my street clean, and when it comes to me versus me, I'm good. We're good. We're solid, you know? I'm fine, but it's still so hard to look out and watch and to see that kind of hatred being spewed and to see people acting as people they're not, putting up masks, having these accounts to look a certain way, to make their lives look a certain way, when their lives or themselves or their health, their own mental health is not okay. It's so phony. Phony baloney is Instagram. Phony baloney is Twitter. It's all ego. It's all facades. It's all fake. It's all really kind of atrocious. And Just disgusting. You know, now we got Elon Musk praising Twitter. Oh, the greatest website. We've brought it back to life, and this is what we need. The world needs Twitter. Oh, I thought this man said he wanted to save the world at one point with his power and his billions. Yep, well, $4 billion could end world hunger. This man spent $44 billion to buy a stupid website that just means absolutely nothing in the real world at all. Zilch. This man does not want to change the world. Anyways, that's sidetracking. There's the definition. But yeah, I don't know. Back to Britney. I really love her. And, you know, I remember being a free Britney stan, or whatever you want to call it, free Britney supporter. Basically, and the conservatorship supporter since the beginning. I remember in like 2011, 12, when I was like 13, 14, 15, telling everyone at school, like, Britney's under this control system and blah, blah, and everyone thought I was crazy in school, in middle school. Everyone's like, whatever, she's on X Factor now, and she probably did that herself, and da-da-da-da, and she's always on tour. No one believed me, so I'd go home and I'd research, and there'd be some, like, people that believed it, and I always stuck to my gut, I stuck to my faith and what I believed in, and all those years later, and then, of course, I'd watch interviews of her on, like, Ellen and this, and I'd go, yeah, see, she doesn't seem right. Look at her. Listen to her. She's not bubbly and laid back and funny and being her, you know, good old wholehearted Southern self. No, there's something wrong here. You know, and then all these years later, it's like it all came full circle, and it's like, ha, I want to go back to middle school and be like, ha, yeah, I told y'all. She was not okay. She was under control and being told how to be. And so I'm just grateful now, though, that she's free and she has her freedom, and, you know, she's doing what she loves and just posting what she wants when she wants. And if you don't like it, you know, suck her big toe. But yeah, I'm really grateful for Britney Spears. I feel like we all are really blessed to have her in our lifetime, not just for her creative genius and talents, multi-talents that we can all learn from, her choreography, her singing, her style, every little thing, her acting even, and right down to the nitty-gritty, but just we should be blessed to have her in our lifetime because of what she's been through. Her scars, her lessons in life, what she's been through. I'm sure we'll all learn something incredible from her book when it's released, and we will all be in tears, and it'll probably all force us to look at our own lives and think, you know, it could be worse, or what if that was me, or, you know, have I become this person, or, you know, certain things, you know, just she's an icon in many ways, an influential inspiration beyond measure in so many jurisdictions. So that's all I gotta say about that. Much love to Britney Jean Spears, the now free Britney Jean Spears, as of like a year, I guess, now free from her conservatorship. And I hope she just carries on doing what Britney loves to do best, and posting the way she is and being genuine to herself and not giving a damn what people are saying in her comments and telling her how to be. I hope she doesn't blend with what's new and popular and all that, you know, even though her best friends are doing it, Paris Hilton and stuff like that. She don't gotta do what they're doing. You know, I'm sure she wouldn't. Yeah, I'm getting my southern twang now, living in a small town. I know what it's like. Country, we're both country folk, small town country folk. I get it. I feel some of her, you know, I get her kind of energy to some extent. So anyways, that's, you know, I get real heated, real passionate when it comes to Britney Spears. So I'm very protective of her and her vulnerability and her genuine heart and her just her deep passion for life and loving people and loving things, and things as in, you know, animals and plants and spirituality and faith and things of that nature. She's just a great inspiration. And like I said, we should all be pretty blessed and grateful that we're alive in her lifetime. that we share the same lifetime. But yeah, that's basically every point that I wanted to make today in this whole Britney Spears and modern day rhetoric and narrative going on. Toxic, toxic, toxic. No pun intended. Britney Spears is toxic. But yeah, I truly believe she is subliminally, subconsciously here exposing and bringing out, you know, the worst of these people. And we just need to avoid these kind of people at all costs and live our own lives and walk our own path and influence our damn selves sometimes. You know, look at ourselves. We can find satisfaction, love, inspiration, motivation, influence, guidance. We can find all of these things outside of the social media and all that crap. It shouldn't be the first go-to and, oh, I need some of this, I need some inspiration, I need some creativity, I need some laughs. You know, call a friend. What about jokes? People don't make jokes anymore. It makes me so sad. You know, you can do these things in real life. Reality, I mean, the word reality has the word real right in it. It's about realness. It's about living life the way it's genuinely and naturally supposed to be. You can get all these things without the phone, and try to do those things. Like, man, oh man. I find for me anyways, nature is probably the biggest inspiration or motivation or encouragement or whatever. You just take a walk in the forest or wherever you need to walk, down by the lake especially, and feel it, get a part of it, take what you need, leave everything else, you know, and appreciate it. Nature's so much powerful than people realize. Much more powerful than some filters, Facetune, and your precious Instagram account with your precious followers and your precious... Anyways. That's pretty much it for today. But yeah, I don't know, food for thought. Think about it. Really think about it. You know, not just the way you comment and how you're kind of promoting who you are through that and your narrative, but just who you're commenting and making judgment to. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a celebrity or someone you know in your circle, like maybe you're even following. Think about it, you know, think twice. Is it worth it? Am I better than this? You know, do I love myself? Is this subliminally or subconsciously going to make me change my narrative within me, between me and me? You know what I mean? It's very important. Every little thing we do, we put out to the universe, the things we say, the things we command, the things we wish, the things we put down or praise. Universe hears all of it, and every little bit changes everything going on up here. So we're basically in control of the manifestation of the color of our personality, the color, what colors that personality or those beliefs, the thoughts, the morals. It's everything. We are so powerful. These words change it all the time. So if you put out love all the time and you are trying your best to lift, to create and to encourage a positive vibe for people, an open collective, you're going to keep promoting that in your brain and other jurisdictions of your mind and your consciousness, your spirit and your soul. If you're going to keep hating, you're going to keep saying, I hate this and I hate that, you're going to become that. It's just inevitable. The law of attraction, baby. Go look it up. Keep it in mind. Keep it close. And just remember the power of your voice, the power of what you say and what you don't say, and what you can do and what you can't do, and accepting all of those in between, and just keeping yourself protected. You gotta protect yourself. You gotta know who you are, and you gotta keep that safe for always. Like Britney. Think of Britney. Britney's done it. After all those years of being suppressed, being isolated, being told she's nothing, being told she's everything negative in the book, she's maintained what she had, who she is, what she's about, and has managed now to recapture that and let it thrive with ease. I mean, it's in complete inspiration, and We need more people like Britney Spears in this world, honestly. At least, you know, or more so even on that level of fame and popularity, so that that people like that can redistribute these kinds of lessons and important ways of life and important reminders in the world. You know, we need more of that, big time. People need to wake up. This poor new generation don't know anything. They're just scrolling and posing and covering up. They're not identifying or self-identifying in a positive, natural, real way. So who knows what the future holds for society? I mean, this really could be the end times. Everybody's getting sick. Everyone's trying to hide from viruses instead of taking them on and just letting immunity work its ways, the way our bodies were intended and built, you know? So now there's people getting sick much quicker, and it's spreading much quicker, and, you know, we were too busy wearing masks in 2019. So here we are. End times, maybe. But again, you got to think positive. You got to just go back to yourself. It's all about, I don't want to say it's all about you, but I do want to say that selfishness can be a very positive method of saving yourself from a downward spiral that you cannot stop yourself from a place that is so dark and so detached from reality that you don't know where you are or who you are. So you really need to be selfish sometimes. Take your time, shut everything off, go into a week of whatever you need to, whatever that means for you, self-help, recovery, meditation, whatever it is. We all need to tune in with ourselves every now and then and give ourselves some real deep loving and reflection and modification sometimes too. It's okay. We're not all nobody's perfect. Not a lot of us, none of us really come close, but we can work hard on ourselves when we can and put that time aside. It's important. All right, I'm rambling now. It's kind of lost itself from Britney Spears and gone on to, you know, just putting out reminders to love yourself. I don't like to see people following trends and not being themselves, not being genuine. It's hard to watch, and that's basically all Instagram and Twitter is. So it's interesting, very interesting, and just thought-provoking for sure. All right, well, thank you guys so very much for watching. I appreciate you one and all, and I'm very grateful that you guys have tuned in. Take a slice out of your day to spend with TravyJ. I love it, and I love Let's Talk. I love talking, and I love sharing, and yeah, to whoever is listening. And I do want to also say, of course, a reminder that if you have any topics that you think should be discussed, or you want my perception on, or maybe we should talk about, whatever is in your mind that maybe you're hyped up about right now, and whatever else, and you want to see in the title as the topic, please don't be afraid, don't hide, drop it below in the comments, and I will be sure to see it. I read all of my comments, and I get back to everyone, because we're a nice, small, tight-knit little community here at TravyJsSpace. We're not like a Shane Dawson community, or, you know, Glozell community. We're small. We're small. We're humble. We're unified. We're together. We're tight knit, cozy wozy. So drop the comment, and I'll get back to you. All right. Well, again, once again, much love, and you know what it is. Toodles for now. Ta-ta. Ciao. Till next time. Howdy, folks. Did you like that video? Well, then why don't you go ahead and give that thumbs up a smackaroo. Don't want to miss out on the next episode? Give the subscribe button some love and make sure to turn your notifications on. That way I can give you a bell ring, let you know dinner is served. Still need more to chew on? Take a bite of my new YouTube Instagram account at TravyJsSpace to keep up to date with the channel's inner workings and news of upcoming projects and episodes. Thanks for watching. See you next time.